The Midnight Serpent. Pastor Gideon was a man of God. He prayed for the sick, and they got well. People came from far to see him. They called him the Great Healer. But Pastor Gideon had a secret. His power did not come from God. It came from a serpent shrine deep in the forest. The secret in the forest. One night, many years ago, Gideon had gone into the forest to pray. He got lost. The trees were tall, and the night was dark. He was afraid. Then, he heard a voice. "Come closer," the voice said. Gideon followed the voice. He saw a big black serpent sitting on a rock. Its eyes shone like fire. "You want power?" the serpent asked. "Yes," Gideon said, shaking. "I will give you power to heal," the serpent said. "But you must return to me every full moon and bring a gift." Gideon agreed. The serpent licked his hand, and he felt fire run through his body. When he left the forest, he found he could heal any sickness. The famous pastor. Years passed, and Pastor Gideon became famous. He built a big church. People loved him. The sick, the blind, and the lame came, and he healed them all. But every full moon, he went back to the forest with a gift, sometimes money, sometimes food, sometimes a small animal. No one knew his secret. The strange woman. One Sunday, a woman came to the church. She was old and wore a black dress. Her eyes were sharp. She said, "Pastor, pray for me." Gideon placed his hand on her. But nothing happened. He tried again. Still nothing. The church became silent. The woman laughed. "You do not have the power of God," she said. "You serve the midnight serpent." People gasped. Gideon's hands began to shake. "Who are you?" he asked. "I was once like you," she said. "But the serpent took everything from me. Leave it before it destroys you." Gideon was afraid. He knew she was telling the truth. The final choice. That night, the full moon was bright. Gideon went to the forest. "Serpent," he called. "I want to be free." The serpent laughed. "You cannot leave me. Your power is mine." "I do not want it anymore," Gideon said. The serpent hissed. "Then give it back." Suddenly, fire ran through Gideon's body. He screamed. He fell to the ground. When he woke up, he was weak. His power was gone. A new life. Gideon returned to his church. He told the people the truth. Many left, but some stayed. From that day, he no longer healed with magic. He prayed, and sometimes miracles happened. Other times, they did not. But he was at peace. The midnight serpent never called him again. And Gideon learned that true power comes only from God.